Friday podcast. Oh my goshness. Look at you. Look at all the good looking people in the live chat right there. Nice to have you with us. We've got some crazy stories, some disturbing stories, some fun stories, and a story about Snooki. I mean, what more could you want in a podcast? Topics on this episode: Prince Andrew and the shock story, which is crazy. Plus, we'll tell you if he's still in prison or not. Spoiler alert, he's not. Yeah, can't believe it. Out already. Tariffs off on. Tariffs were off and on. We had tariffs, then we had no tariffs, then tariffs again. And you're probably like, no, I saw the story. The Supreme Court said no to the tariffs. Nope, tariffs back on. I'll fill you in. Conan talks Rob Reiner for the first time. Snooki does announce that she's dealing with an illness, and there's some Reese's candy controversy. My friends, like I said, that's a podcast. Humming some OAR. 5250 is the name of the track, in case you're curious. It's fantastic. By the way, check out Frankie C's Metallica Gym playlist from the last episode. That was a lot of fun. Plus, we had some really good information on the latest Epstein topics. You know, we cover Jeffrey Epstein like nobody else and have done so for the past 6 years. See our over 200 videos about Jeffrey Epstein on our YouTube channel, which is linked at anthonyonair.com. Disturbing story today as we find out that Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, after being arrested, was released from custody after about 11 hours under the authorities over there in England. The story we get today is that, according to the Mirror, there's a claim, an email, where Prince Andrew was present while a 8-year-old girl, apparently an 8-year-old girl, was allegedly being subject to electric shocks in the 1990s. This event supposedly took place in Windsor, and 8-year-old girl, he was there. They had her on the table and was shocking her with some sort of a shock device. Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein, the 8-year-old girl, and Prince Andrew at the time. Disturbing to say the least. I don't really know what to make of that, except to go back to my old adage that I've been saying about this story for the past 6 years, which is just when I think we can't get more disgusting with Epstein, we actually do. Did see some video of Prince Andrew with a little baby on a carpet, which was disturbing. It just, anytime I see that guy, he's disturbing. They had photos, as they do, because the paparazzi are huge over there in the UK. They had photos of him leaving the jailhouse. He was kind of like slunched back in the back seat of an SUV, trying to hide himself. But of course, he was photographed, and he spent about 11 hours in custody. I'm sure it was the most miserable 11 hours of his life. I hope he's headed for another 11 years behind bars, being miserable, but we'll see. While he was in custody, the police searched several properties in Norfolk and in Berkshire. So the broader investigation continues. As I said, it's about sharing secrets with Jeffrey Epstein, not all the other things. But an arrest is an arrest. At least he's being investigated. They held him. They questioned him. We'll see where this goes from here. But I think it is just the start, because, again, as other items continue to come out, these things are not going to be ignored. You know, they're not going to be ignored. I'm laughing a little bit because they asked President Trump about it, and he actually said that he felt bad, that it was a shame that the royal family had to go through this. Again, that guy just doesn't seem to get it. Like the shame, the sympathy should go to the victims. He's just so excited he has, quote unquote, been exonerated, his words, not mine, that he doesn't get the fact that there's victims on the other end of this. He's like, oh yeah, that royal family. Well, they hate to see him go through that. What? Hate to what? You what? What? How about? Do you hate to see the victims go through that? You know, it's just insane. Speaking of the president of the United States, we had tariffs. Well, let's start from the beginning. We didn't have tariffs, then we had tariffs. Then we didn't have tariffs. Now we have tariffs again. They're back again. Supreme Court came down with the ruling 6-3 earlier today that the president did not have the authority to inflict the tariffs that he has been doing since last year. He came out with a pretty fiery speech. Disappointed. Shout out to the three conservatives. It was Kavanaugh. I forget who the other two are. It doesn't really make a difference. The Supreme Court justices who voted for him or on his side, 6 obviously did not. And so that was it. No tariffs. He comes out, he blasts them. And then he said, oh, yeah, I should have done what I was going to do originally, but I didn't. I thought I would play nice with the Supreme Court. He said something like that. I thought I'd be a good boy. I said it was a little creepy. I remember hearing it going, it's weird. You don't need to say that. It's kind of strange. But anyway, that's what he said. And a couple hours go by, about 45 minutes prior to our broadcast here, he slapped a 10% tax, a 10% global tax on the whole wide world. He's got the whole world in his tax. Yeah. So that literally just happened. He took to social media saying that he signed an executive order enabling him to bypass Congress and impose a 10% tax on imports from around the world. So he did the old, I can't tariff. Well, then I'll tax. I don't know if that's an old thing. I'm just kind of making that up, but that's kind of where we're at right now. That's basically where we're at. Yeah. The Supreme Court went from, hey, you can't do that. You can't do that. To, he did what? What did he do? So, am I wrong? Did we still have tariffs on everybody, or did we waive some and keep some on others? I know there was different rates and everything. I tapped out of the tariff thing for a while there. It's hard to keep track of it all. But I feel like not everybody had them. Now everybody's got them. So there you go. 10% tax on imports from around the world. I guess, was that his plan? Is he going to hold the Supreme Court hostage to try and do it again? I don't know. I do find it interesting as all hell that the Iran stuff is happening while the Epstein stuff is happening. Now, all of a sudden, has anybody else noticed too how crazy obsessed we became over aliens in the last 48 hours since Barack Obama answered that stupid question at the end of the podcast that he was on? Am I the only one just down spiraling on this little content farm here? Obama goes on a podcast. They're like, are there aliens? He's like, yeah, of course there are. He's like, well, not in Area 51, but there's aliens. And then he had to clarify that because he was like, hey, I think there are aliens. He's like, the size of the universe. He's like, I haven't seen any aliens. And he even joked on the podcast. He's like, unless they're holding it from the president. That's the bet. You can't do that anymore. You can't do that with the internet right now. You cannot. As soon as you say the thing, you can't joke about the thing. It's already a controversy. It was already a meme. It was already a conspiracy theory. The second he finished saying the words, just as soon as, it's just out there, done. Conspiracy theory. It was on Twitter. It was on Twitter as a conspiracy theory before he actually finished saying it. That's it. Twitter, the internet is faster than the speed of sound. They're faster than the speed of sound. That's how quickly they got it out there. It's shocking. Just shocking. But now everybody's obsessed over aliens. Now anybody can talk about it. So then Obama had to come out and clarify it on Twitter. Then they asked Trump about it. And Trump was like, yeah, I don't know. He shouldn't have said that. And they were like, well, did he say anything confident? Did you leak anything? He's like, no. And then he was like, well, maybe I'll unclassify it so it's okay with him. I don't know. And then supposedly he's got Marco Rubio on it. I mean, it's nuts. Nothing's real anymore. Nothing's real. Nothing is real. You just can't even. I saw some story. Talk about falling down a rabbit hole. I saw some story today about this like 8-year-old kid or 12-year-old kid, whatever it was, from like 10 years ago. And he had this like theory about some quantum physics theory about parallel universes and all this stuff. Right. Then the kid invents like an alternate energy thing. And then the kid disappears for like 5 years. Then he like comes back and everybody's like, because the thing is if you invent an alternate energy, if you come up with a way to not have like, gas, you wind up dead. There's so many people, I've seen so many people like, hey, I figured out how to run a car off of water. And then like 3 weeks later, they're dead. They're gone. Just don't. If you come up with an alternate source of energy, keep it for yourself. Maybe sell it to a couple of neighbors who keep their mouths shut. Don't tell anybody because you will be dead. Anyway, this kid, before he came up with that, he was looking at parallel universes. And then, the big collider thing that we got, that there's a place and they built the pipes underground and then they fire protons at each other to try and figure out how the universe works and everything like that. Well, this kid had a theory, and it was basically like, we did it, and then we opened up a little bit of a parallel, almost like a boat, not like a tear in the universe, but like a boat. Like, how a boat can go straight, but not really, because it kind of like, it's in the water waiting a little bit. You can get knocked off course a little bit. He said, well, we collided the first atoms. It knocked us into like a little bit of a weird, just knocked us off a little bit, off kilter, just a smidge. And that's when the Nelson Mandela effect started. So basically, the kid was saying that when we did that, we slightly opened up a little parallel universe, and that was the exact same time that the Nelson Mandela effect took place. And I'm watching this little report that was, I don't know, God knows how old it is, but it just came up on my TikTok. And I'm watching this little report, and I'm like, this totally makes sense. This has got to be it. Because isn't it weird how there was I remember life before the Mandela effect. And then one day, just like everybody was talking about the Mandela effect. And what's the explanation for that? By the way, they gave an example of one Mandela effect, and it freaked me out because I could have sworn it was the other way, as most of these are. You tell me if you remember it this way. Is it mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all? Or prettiest one of all, whatever it is? Is that it? Because if you think it is, you would be incorrect. Supposedly, it is magic mirror on the wall. Am I the only one that remembers it as mirror? To me, it's clear it's mirror, mirror on the wall. But no, that is apparently not true. That 10-year-old kid, that little theory, this has ruined my entire Friday. This has been my whole Friday. If you are wondering what your old pal Ann did today, I was laying horizontal, staring up at the ceiling, wondering if this whole thing was exactly what happened. That was my entire day. I was just thinking of Mandela effects going, oh my God, I can't believe this 12-year-old kid figured it out. He just figured it out. And then I'm like, why aren't more people talking about this? Why is this kid not like, on Twitter or running TikTok or doing something? Like, why have this is like a 10-year-old, 2020 report or some shit like that, Thanks, Matt. I can count on you. Throw these out there as much as you need to, This is really, we need less obvious stuff from Merck about my brain being fried and more positive backing me up stuff like what Maddie's doing. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly it. I know this sounds like real pothead talk, but the whole day I'm like, I was just like, he's making lunch and you go pee, get back, slice up the gabagool. And I'm just going, could this fucking kid figured it? I can't believe this kid figured it out. He got it right. It's unbelievable. Like, there's the Mandela effect. There's what it was. It's like, what's the other explanation? And by the way, hasn't now more than ever just felt like things are off and that nothing is real anymore? Like, doesn't it feel that way? I'm really trying to figure out, is it because I'm just 43 and old as fuck and fighting against the realities of how I'm aging? Or is there really something to that? Is there really something to that? come on, it feels like, remember how crazy it was, the idea that we were electing a game show host as the president? Beat the shoo-in, beat the former first lady and secretary of state, beat her. Wasn't it kind of like, how did that just happen? Right into Kobe, right into the pandemic, right into just everything now. Is like, what? Is this really the thing? Come on, it hasn't. I mean, going back to 9/11, it hasn't felt right for a while. I would say 89, 90, maybe 91. Maybe it was Milli Vanilli, maybe it was Mandela. I don't know, but it was somewhere in there that it was just, something's not right. Something's a little off here, Just, this can't be, this feels a little parallel university. I know that sounds strange to say, but I feel like back in 92, I was like, I don't know, this feels a little parallel university. People were like, what the hell are you even talking about? So let's see here. Those that live closest to the Hadron Collider are affected more by it. Is that right? Don't fuck me up, Brian, because I'm going to spiral even farther. Is that really, are people more Mandela-y? The closer to the collider? Holy shit. All right, like Poke Hippie, let's take it back to 96 when we lost Tupac. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. And the 5 for 555, what is that? What the hell is that? Is that a fast food deal? 5 for 555. I don't know what that is. I'll tell you another thing hasn't been right for years. The dollar store. That shit used to be $1. You know what I'm saying? That shit used to be $1. Now what the fuck? What the fuck? I can't move on now until we find out what the 5 for 555 is. It's really hard to say. Roast beef and cheddar. I can go for roast beef and cheddar right now. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm starving. Dying, starving. I kind of want to just go over the craziest Mandela. Do we want to do Mandela? Give me a 1 right now if you want to do a couple of Mandela examples, a Mandela effect examples. Give me a 2 if you want to just move on to the Conan topic. Let's pull it up right quick. Let's pull it up. Because this Mandela effect thing, I've been up on the topic. Dude, I'm obsessed with the collider thing. Aren't they trying to build a new one? They're like, this one's good, but we need a bigger one. We just need bigger colliding. I like this from Poke Hippie. Mandela, a game, Aaron, hint. I like that. All right, that's pretty good. All right, 2s were dominating, but now 1s are coming back a little bit here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give it 2 more seconds. We got 1 potato. That's a 1 though, right, Robin? Robin would have put 2 potatoes if he wanted to vote 2. All right, it's dead even. Next one wins it. Oh, okay. The Berenstein Bears is the most fucked up one. The Berenstein Bears that's one of the ones that hits hard. I feel that one. Hardcore. All right, let's see here. We're going to go with Men's Health or Esquire. Which one's going to be less irritating to read? I clicked Esquire. So, okay. This is a good one. Is it Jiffy or Jif? That feels uncomfortable. It's Jif, not Jiffy. But couldn't you swear there was a Jiffy peanut butter? That's nuts. Okay. When you think about the Looney Tunes, look at all the Jiffies. Actually, it's pronounced Giffy. It's a bad Jif joke. Fruit of the the Fruit of the Loom. Okay, no, let's do the Looney Tunes one first. Looney Tunes, the logo with Bugs Bunny, the orange circle behind him. Is Tunes spelled Toons or Tunes? Tunes, short for cartoons, should be Toons, as you would think. It's actually Tunes. Robin is eating Jif at this moment. If you needed a bigger example of how we're in a parallel universe, that's it right there. We're talking about Jif peanut butter, and the man is eating Jif peanut butter. Wake up, people. We ripped a hole in a parallel universe, and now its goo is spilling into our shit, fucking everything up with Mandela effects. The Berenstein Bears, the lovable cartoon bear family, actually spelled their last name with an A. The Berenstain Bears, not the Berenstein Bears, even though it's pronounced Steen. That one's fucked up. Remember Curious George's tail? The cartoon Curious George, remember his tail because he's a monkey? Nope, he never had a tail. Never had a tail. Fucked up. It's fucked up. All right, let's see here. Shaggy's Adam's apple. Does Mickey Mouse have suspenders on in Steamboat Willie? He does not. It feels like he does. Okay, so I feel like this one's bullshit. Captain Crunch or Captain Crunch? I think everybody, it's always been Captain Crunch, not Captain Crunch. All right, this is fucking funny. This is going to be nominated for comment of the episode, and I'm not sure it's going to be beat. I don't think it's going to get beat because that's hilarious. There's none more Nelson Mandela. There is none more Mandela effect than when 420 pops up on 220. And just when you thought, I'm going to defend my man because everybody was calling him a liar, and I didn't appreciate it. I was on your side from the beginning, Robin. Robin just sent over a picture of his GIF. He wasn't lying. There it is, right there. Got that GIF, and look, the GIF here. Let me break this down, like Madden. There's the GIF. Here's the jerk. Jerk, GIF. There you go. There you go. I was hoping I'd look better on your screen, Robin, but I don't. I was really... why couldn't that be a Mandela effect? Handsome on the screen, not in real life. I wasn't that lucky. Let me compliment you for another second here, Robin, because you're making some bold culinary choices. Hold on a second. You've got milk with peanut butter, which I appreciate. I feel like that is the proper... I'm no sommelier, but if I'm going to pair peanut butter, it's going to be with milk. You got crackers. It's all still working for me, but you also have celery. Now, I like celery and peanut butter, but celery, peanut butter, and milk starts to get a little tricky, if you ask me. That you better be... unless you're celebrating 420 on 220, like some of us are, then it works. But if not, you're taking some risks there with that celery and milk combination. Yeah. That might be risky. I mean, I might do it too. I'm just saying, I'm going to pay for that tomorrow. That's going to be a little rough next morning, as they say. Okay, very sad. Conan talks Rob Reiner on. Conan was doing a story. And he was doing an interview, and they started asking him about Rob Reiner, and he started talking about it for the first time. And apparently they had gotten really, really close together, Conan and the Reiners, which I didn't know. I mean, obviously he got invited to the party, but he was, Conan did an interview with the New Yorker, revealing that he became really close with the Reiners over time. He says they were, quote, two lovely people, and finding out the Reiners were dead just hours after he bid them good night left him in shock for a long time. Yeah. Hold on, my notes just fucking... I want to read you guys some quotes here. Oh, by the way, Conan is in the new Toy Story. Saw the Toy Story trailer. Got a little emotional. Got a little emote going. Where's my quotes? I knew Rob and Michelle and then increasingly got closer and closer to them. O'Brien's 62 years old, by the way. Adding that he and his wife were seeing them a lot. They were such lovely people, he said. And to have that experience of saying good night to somebody and having them leave and then find out the next day that they're gone, I think I was in shock for quite a while afterward. I mean, there's no other word for it. Yeah, it's pretty appropriate. I mean, we were all shocked. Those who were like right there with it all. I mean, that's even more. How the hell do you even handle that? I don't know if Conan was doing press for Toy Story or what he was doing, but it's been a while, and this is the first time that he has discussed the Reiners, and that's got to be tough, especially when you're, close with somebody. And then he went on to, applaud and honor his work, speaking out or, against the current political climate and everything like that. And he, Conan basically said it's even worse when he's saying a lot of things that a lot of people feel, and he's being that mouthpiece basically, and then he's taking from us so quickly. So really, really sad shit. There's not much more there. I just wanted to mention that and want to keep the Friday show going. This is also pretty sad, a little shocking, but Snooki revealed today that she's been diagnosed with cervical cancer. She says that she plans to confront the diagnosis head on and remain positive. Lots of people showing her some love and support on social media, but I'm going to tell you something. I mean, we just lost James Vanderbeek. I can't lose Snooki. I can't have a sick Snooki at this point. It's all too much. I mean, we've lost a lot of great people recently, especially too. Some of them a little older. What's his name? Eric Dane died today. The actor. He had, I think, Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's kind of crazy what's going on, but it's like, how could Snooki have cervical cancer? Like, it's the Jersey Shore, it's the Jersey Shore, bitch. Feels like it. The Jersey Shore cast for me is tough to look at today because it's a little too close to a mirror. You're just in your mind, you're remembering young Snooki and Situation and JWoww, and they're just drinking and living it up. And now they're like, did you pack the formula? Where's the stroller? I'm getting a divorce. It's drug rehab. It's lots of filler in the face. It's just, I'm looking at it. I'm going, how did this happen? How did this happen? We were partying on the Jersey Shore 5 minutes ago, and now we're looking for the Polydent. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, a lot of Preparation H talk. Who took my preparation? Used to be who stole my boyfriend, who took my girlfriend. Now it's who took the Preparation H cream. That's basically what it is. Who took the Preparation H cream? Jim Dan chemo. All right. Jim Tan chemo. That's wise choice following that with prayers for Snooki, Brian. That was a wise choice, leaving on that sweet note right there towards the end. Yeah, feels wrong. How could Snooki have cancer? It doesn't even. And then this might be fucked up too, but it's like, how is it not skin cancer? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're on the Jersey Shore and you're in that sun the whole time, you would be like, oh, okay, Snooki has skin cancer. Well, that's sad, but I get it. When you're passing out on the beach all the time, that's going to happen, But cervical cancer, that's even an old lady cancer. That's not a great cancer to have. That's just not good. It's just not good. Oh no, is that right? The survival rate for cervical cancer is not the best. Oh, that makes me really, really fucking sad. That makes me really sad. But you don't like getting those ones. Reese's peanut butter cups. We got a Reese's candy controversy. Brad Reese, grandson of Reese's founder H.B. Reese, has criticized the Hershey company for lowering product quality. Shocker. Breaking news, everybody. Big corporation lowers quality for higher profit. It's like, that's what it is. He says the newer products use chocolate candy and peanut butter style cream rather than chocolate and peanut butter. He described the Valentine's themed product, the heart-shaped version of the Reese's peanut butter cup, as not edible. Hershey's responded that recipes evolve, but said that the brand still protects the classic chocolate and peanut butter formula. I don't know about that. I don't know if this is, he just had the heart one and hated it, and they changed the other ones, because Reese's is saying, hey, the original is still the same. Although I don't know if that's like a loophole. Like, is the one that's, is the original, is there an original Reese's that you can only buy at like the Hershey factory in Pennsylvania? And then the Reese's that we get everywhere else is the bullshit? Because that kind of feels like what it is. Or is what we get, is what we know as the regular shaped Reese's, is that still the original recipe? I really don't know. I mean, it's not too far from what I remember, but I will tell you this. If you feel like the Reese's peanut butter cup stinks today, I will agree with you 1,000,000%, because and I know there's people that are like, I love it. How could this crazy idiot say this? Stay with me now. Stay with me as I get controversial. As good as the Reese's is, have you ever had one of those Justin's peanut butter cups? Go get a Justin. Okay? Go get yourself a little Justin. Go put Justin in your mouth. Okay? And you tell me that that's not actual chocolate and peanut butter. Like, you think a Reese's peanut butter cup is a peanut butter cup until you eat Justin's, and then you're like, oh, no. This is what chocolate and peanut butter is actually supposed to taste like. This is it. This is what it tastes like. Justin's peanut butter cup is the greatest peanut butter cup we have going today. I will die on that hill. I will die. Cancel me now, political correct police, because I'm sticking with Justin. And Mercury backed me up very quickly, which was further backed up by Christella also quickly. These are quick backups coming in. They're coming in hot. Thank you, Poke Hippie. That's 3 in a row. Let's go. I don't know what this is. Make America horny again? Did I guess it? Was it the Justin in your mouth comment that spurred that? You might have something there with Maha. Make America horny again. By the way, do we have any mahi tuna? Because I'm fucking, or any maha. I'm starving. Ever since, I don't know, somebody brought up barbecue earlier today or whatever it was. I forgot what we were talking about. And I could go for some Captain Crunch all of a sudden. Not Captain Crunch, but Captain Crunch. Yeah, Justin's that shit is fire. But nothing beats a chocolate bunny around Easter time. Bring it in tight, because we're about to get fat. An Easter bunny around Easter time. Chocolate bunny. You break that son of a bitch up. You open up a jar of peanut butter, and you just nacho style it right into your face. Right into your fucking pie hole. The best. It's the best. Absolute best. I'll tell you this too. In my fat moments now too, I like to grab a little spoon, get a little glob of peanut butter, and just drop some chocolate chips in it right down the old gullet. That's fat. That's pretty fat. Make Amish hot again. They've never not been hot, Matt. Come on now. I feel like there's tacos and then there's Taco Bell, right? I feel like at this point there's peanut butter cups and then there's Reese's. That is pretty good. That's pretty good. That's an accurate description. Yeah. You have Taco Bell. It's like, who doesn't think Taco Bell is delicious, especially when you're a little fucked up. But then you go to like a real taco joint where they're making the real shit, and you're like, holy, this is what it's supposed to taste like. This is what it's supposed to taste like. Oh, I like this from Debbie. Debbie's got like a whole lingo going. CC in the PB is the bomb. She wrote OMG, CC in the PB. That's what I'm talking about. You might have just written a shirt there, Debbie. Good job. Little chocolate chips and the peanut butter on the spoon. That's a party. That is a party. I almost did partay like Sinbad used to say, but I stopped myself. I held myself back. Cadbury's are too sweet. Yeah. Oh, let me tell you something. Merc, I'm old as fuck. I watched this guy just before the show. This guy was reviewing, and I stopped watching these things up until recently. I started watching again, and it's not good. I got to stop. I got to get food TikTok off of my TikTok. Food talk. I watch this guy, and he goes, who's got the better fish sandwich, Wendy's or Popeyes? And I'm like, I don't care, but I care. This is dumb, but I'm going to stick around. I want to know what this fat fucking driver see. Why do we all of a sudden start trusting people eating by themselves in their cars in the parking lot? Since when did those people become authoritarians and not whack jobs? Right now, they are the foremost food critics we have. They used to be fucking crazy people you don't want to park near. You'd pull into a spot in the parking lot. You'd be like, holy shit, this guy's by himself. He's fucking talking to himself and shit. Move the car. Let's go park. We'll walk. It doesn't matter. We'll get the fuck out of here. Right now, all of a sudden, you pull into a spot, you see that guy, you go, what's your Twitter? What's your handle? All of a sudden, what they have to say means something to us. I don't understand it. But anyway, he's like, hey, what's better, Wendy's or Popeye's fish sandwich? And I'm like, I got to know. I got to find out what this guy thinks. And so I watched it, and he takes a bite of the first one, and then he takes a second bite, then he takes a third bite, and I'm like, that's pretty bold, my friend. You have a whole nother entire sandwich to taste. And then he takes a fourth bite, and I started thinking to myself, is he actually going to finish this? He's going to finish one sandwich and eat another one? He ate both sandwiches, and I thought, if I wanted to kill myself, that's what I would do. In my 20s, I could eat 2 full-size sandwiches and then get one of those like maybe a junior bacon cheese, a little side, and then you're like, what, did you not get fries at? No, that was in addition to the side. I like to put a side on the side of my side. I was fucking putting food down. Forget Taco Bell. I could have fucking 9 burritos in a sitting. Now the idea of eating 2 fish sandwiches, I would be dead. I'd be dead in 5 minutes. I'd never survive it. Never survive it. It's just, I can't believe this guy, and he didn't look like he was that much younger than me, and he was in there eating 2. What else could you get done on a day that you have a fish sandwich and 2 of them? You're not doing anything else. You just be like, that would be your whole day. Just like, oh God. I stopped eating McDonald's breakfast because I realized, like, if I went and got a McDonald's breakfast, that was my day. It was done. It was over. McDonald's breakfast, the day was done. You were just not doing anything else. You just weren't. It's impossible. I don't know how people eat McDonald's breakfast more than once a century. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. And like, I watch my kids knock McDonald's down like no problem. And I'm just like, what age? 23, 27, 32? When does the fast food button just turn off? Bro, it is not Bobby approved. You've got that right, Christella. It is not Bobby approved whatsoever. Not at all. My new thing now is I'm trying to figure out a way to make a chocolate chip cookie and a chocolate cake that's healthy. Because these are the new things that I'm into now. Everything's got to have either Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, which cottage cheese is like eating cold vomit. It's disgusting. I can't eat it. But all these people are like, you just blend up some cottage cheese and, some protein powder, and then you put a little baking soda in it. You slide it in the oven. It becomes like a little happy cake, a little happy bun. And I'm like, fuck, we got to try that. So it's cottage cheese, or it's Greek yogurt, non-fat, or organic Greek yogurt. And then the latest one I saw, so Cuddles made me brownies a couple weeks ago. She put sweet potato in it. The kids ate it. They were like, oh, this is not good. I ate it. I was like, this is fucking great. I love this even more that my kids hate it, because then I'll actually get to eat it without those sons of bitches eating all my shit. You know, I was dreaming of that lo mein all the way the fuck over here. Now who came in here and ate my shit? Stop it. The point is, I recently saw a recipe where this girl was like, look at this delicious cake. And she's like squishing it. It looks like an Entenmann's. It looks delightful. She uses pumpkin. What? Pumpkin. She puts pumpkin. She puts cocoa powder. She puts, I think she put some kind of protein powder in it. It was either cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. I don't know. It was one of them. And then she made this cake. She made an Oreo cake. Get the fuck out of here. Cuddles goes, oh, pumpkin. I'm like, I don't think you can taste the pumpkin. You couldn't really taste the sweet potato when we made it, you know? Bobby appeared on my recommended videos. Did you do that, Ann? I probably, Merc, because we are linked together, my friend. We are on the algorithm superhighway. So yeah, probably. I love that little skinny son of a bitch. I'm telling you, I don't know how he's not gay. Everything about him is gay. I can't believe he's not gay. I'm disappointed he's not gay, but I'm still, he's an expert. The guy is so fucking great. I already buy his protein powder, and I hate getting the ads for it. I keep telling TikTok and Instagram, I'm like, I already bought this shit. You can't convince me to buy it more, you know? I got a whole fucking cupboard of it. So I really hate that, but people are making recipes with his shit and other stuff too, other protein powders too. But that's like the new thing now. You know, that whole viral Japanese cheesecake. Did you hear about that? We did that. We put those Biscoff cookies, you put them in Greek yogurt. You just let them sit for like a couple hours. You take it out, kind of tastes like cheesecake. It does. It kind of tastes like cheesecake. And even if it's not like cheesecake, it is good enough, like a good enough of a sweet tooth that you're like, yeah, this is not bad. You know, this is not bad at all. But people are putting protein powders in those. And the Flav City, the Bobby approved protein powder is the best. It's a good one. You know, it's a pretty good one. Oh, look at this. Zucchini and chocolate cake. Tastes nutty and keeps it moist. Nice. I like that. Gay is an algorithm. It's horrible when the guy you fancy turns out not to be gay. I know, it's devastating. It is devastating. It's heartbreaking. Don't worry, Aunt Bruno Mars is gay. No, Bruno Mars is not. Is Bruno Mars gay? That would be unbelievable if he was gay. He fucking dances. There's not a better dancer than fucking Bruno Mars. I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. I don't know. I mean, since Michael Jackson, have we had a better dancer than Bruno Mars? Who's dancing better than Bruno Mars right now? Men. What man? Every woman is dancing better than every man. That's easy. That's no brainer. What dude is maybe Usher? I could make an argument for Usher, although I feel like we're past Usher's era, although I'm sure he probably could still dance. Usher danced pretty good too. Usher's a good dancer, but I would still put Bruno Mars over Usher. Let's rank the best dude dancers as we exit the podcast here, because this is fascinating to me. Olympics. Last note here on the Winter Olympics. Closing ceremonies this weekend on the Olympics. We got the dream matchup. The big finale before the closing ceremonies will be United States versus Canada in the men's ice hockey tournament. It's very exciting. Should be an incredible game. It'll be 8:00 in the morning on Sunday, which stinks, but It's going to be a good one. The women's game was great. The U.S. women dominated the shit out of the whole. I think they gave up 2 goals the entire tournament. They went 19 games without giving up a goal. Every game they won on a shootout. It's crazy. It was crazy. The women dominated. Super proud of them. I don't think we're doing well. The United States are in the medal counts. So usually we do really well. I feel like we're not dominating this time, but we could turn that all around. It all doesn't really mean anything unless you win the hockey gold medal. So we got a chance at that on Sunday. Should be good. Should be really good. Let's see here. Bruno Mars. But Usher is by. Usher's by? Get out. Jason Derulo. You're probably right, Poke Hippie, but I don't really know his. I'm not really sure about him. None of his dancing stands out. Everybody's been waiting for it for years, Matt. I don't think it's going to happen, but my wife is still, she's on the fence. She wouldn't be surprised, I don't think, if you asked her, honestly. Paul had no idea women played hockey. Yeah, dude. Playing and dominating. Neil, you're here. We got the closing music going already. Oh, Neil, you fucked the whole thing up. I hope your weekend turns around, Neil. I hope your timing improves because this is no way to kick off a weekend, my friend. Super late ain't the half of it. Great comments here. Although I did love this one from Matty O'Brien, we're going to give it to my man Brian the Cannon Batten. Comment of the episode: Mandela effect when 420 show pops up like 220. I hate it when that happens. No, I don't. I love it when it happens. All right, we'll be rooting for Team USA. I will be probably yapping, probably on Twitter or Facebook or one of the social networks, giving my thoughts, live tweeting that game. So make sure you're following us on all the social media networks. Links are up at anthonyonair.com. Erin C. was sad she couldn't be here, but go get her book Oval. It's just out of my arm's reach. But you see me hold it up all the time. It's fantastic. Link in the description below. After this, the conversation continues on Discord. So make sure you join the AOA Discord.
Show me potato salad.
And have yourself a merry little weekend.
Maybe we should go now. Go ahead.